Hi, thanks for clicking on this little clip. Perhaps you too have been watching some of these YouTube clips where excellent guitarists try out floorboards or demo floorboards, effects pedals, and you think, okay, these guys are great, but what about in a normal situation? How does a normal band, an amateur band, like probably zillions of people around, what do they do? And I thought, well, I'll show you what I use and how we use it here in the in my current band called Work in Progress in Mexico City. And I'll show you just the setup in our practice room and play you some of the sounds. My workhorse guitar is a Fender Stratocaster. The amp that I use is this small tube Marshall, a special series, and I usually only have it in the 25 watt setting, and that is also the setting that I have on all the clips of our band that you may see on YouTube. I usually play a clean sound using this old foot switch to switch between clean and crunch. Clean and crunch. Okay, let's take a look at the this old Sony now. See, one issue though is that why these machines have many sounds, many presets, you don't really use them. I don't at least use them that much in a live situation. I just pick 2 or 3 sounds that I like. I set it on bypass. That's one problem. Since the battery is down, I cannot switch with a foot. I need to do this by hand in order to get into the different sounds. And this is a sound I like quite a lot and I use on some of the songs. I control this old Sony with a MIDI board, so nothing too fancy. Otherwise, you can also move this toggle switch. You just turn it in order to get to different sounds. This sound I use, for instance, with our version of Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic. If I add the crunch, the distortion of the amp, that's the sound we use for a thing like It's a Kind of Magic. Let's also add some drum with this old Yamaha drum machine. It's just good for practicing. Unfortunately, this little box doesn't have an acoustic guitar simulator. It doesn't change the sound to make it sound somewhat acoustic. But we do have a song called Give a Little Bit, and for that I use the following setting called Wet Chorus. Again, there may be better ones, but this is what I usually use. Then there is another song which we have in our repertoire, which are sort of Coldplay songs, and again, we don't try to sound exactly like the original, but just to change things around a bit, I use something that this machine called edge tone. Again, this is not really rockabilly, but I add it to the Coldplay song. I do have this digital delay, which I use for two songs. One, a slow delay for our version of an old Beatles song. You can't do that, but only for the guitar solo. Again, on the effects pedal, I have to press the bypass button, and I don't use it that often, so it doesn't really matter. So I get a, in principle, clean sound. And I use the digital delay just for the guitar solo, and I'll add the drum machine again just to fill up the space a bit. So here's the setting that I used on the boss delay, just for that song. And now all I do is I switch the farthest right button, this one here, one notch to the left, and I get a short delay, and that I use for two songs. One is called It's Alright Mama, and the other one is Not Fade Away. Just let me show you what it sounds like. Again, on this machine, it's bypass, so it's the clean sound of the guitar with a Marshall amp and just this digital delay. I play it first clean, and then put in the delay. So clean is like this. Now I add the delay. Yeah, and then I also have this old IBANEZ Flanger, an analog flanger, which I use mainly for some police stuff. But otherwise, it's the clean channel, no other effect except for the flanger. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this little demonstration. Check out our clips. Give me or give us some advice. It would be nice.